Pitching coach Fred Corral joined us, and coach, your second year here at Memphis. First of all, let's go back to last season. Tremendous job picking up that pitching staff, set a record for strikeouts. Got a couple guys in the pros, and Ryan Frazier and Brennan Martin really helped them develop their senior years. Talk about your first year last season.
Well, you know, you brought up two very good names right there, and Ryan Frazier and Brennan Martin. The key is, you know, I lost two great starters, but they're still with us because of the work ethic that they had, the way that they did things. It's carried over with the rest of the guys. I mean, Dan Langfield now has a new idea of what it takes to work hard because of the work ethic that both Frazier and Martin had. Ben Paulus escalated. Everybody on this staff has escalated their work level. And, you know, I guess from my first year of coaching, I was very fortunate to have those two cats. You know, those guys, they did it the right way. These guys that are returning, they saw that and they've been able to take it. So, you know, the first part of the year, it was installing a plan, you know, trying to get them to believe in a pitching plan. And we carried that pitching plan onto this year. And, you know, I think the result of the strikeouts was just probably being a little more aggressive through the strike zone. And last year we suffered a lot of hits as a result of that. But, you know, it's a give and take thing. And, you know, this year we have a little better defense, a little more experienced defense. So hopefully there won't be as many hits, but we'll still have the same results sticking with that plan.
You brought in a new mentality. I know your pitching manual last year, the warrior mentality. You did some kind of things away from the ballpark, took the guys to MMA training, try to instill that go get them, that very aggressive nature.
Well, it's a big key to everything that we do. You know, we took our guys to the veteran hospital, and those are the true warriors.
Yeah.
So when they see everything that we're doing here as far as talking about, you know, what it takes to be a warrior, well, a warrior gives, you know, he fights for a higher cause. Well, what's that higher cause? That cause is the Memphis Tigers. So the name on the back of the jersey, if we had names on our back of our jersey, isn't as important as the name on the front. And these guys understand that. So as a pitching staff, we're going to pick up each other. We're going to fight for a higher cause. We're going to do more because there's more on it than just myself. So the whole warrior plan thing is basically a tribute to that. And you know, there's no better war or battle in sports than between a hitter and a pitcher. So that MMA stuff, it's almost like, hey, I wanted my guys to understand that if we want to see it as a fight,
right,
I wanted my guys to look at it as a tough fight. Nobody's going to get hurt, hopefully, you know, but we've got to have a go-get-'em attitude, a warlike attitude, and these guys have adapted to that, and they're handling it pretty good, and I like that.
You've come to Memphis last year at an interesting time, the renovations opening up FedEx Park, a lot of excitement swirling around the program. And we talked last year, you kind of saw the potential of where this program could get to.
Well, I mean, Coach Rock, you know, I've known Coach Rock for a long time from coaching across the diamond with him, so I know that what he's all about, and for the years that he's already put into this whole thing, you know, getting FedEx and the outstanding job that he did in the renovations for that, and the way that he coaches. I mean, it was a no-brainer to know that this program was moving forward just because of the way that he handles and coaches, and you know, and meeting Coach Z last year, I understand, you know, this is a very good staff to be on, and I'm very fortunate to be on that, and we are plugging away, and I think, you know, with the maturity and the experience that we currently have, I mean, this could be, you know, a year to remember, you know, and it's a lot of hard work, but that hard work came a lot more prior to Fred Corral even arriving, so I'm just happy to be part of it.
Coach, I know you left up at Knoxville and then came down to Memphis. How's the family adjusted now to you coaching at Memphis?
Well, you know, they like the fact that, you know, I'm here. My daughter's nickname before coming to the University of Memphis, my daughter's nickname was Tiger. So she loves the fact that, you know, I'm coaching, you know, on the Tiger staff. But you know, what I need to do is sell that house so that I can get my family down here. You know, if anybody had to be away from their family, which I wouldn't want anybody to do, my wife, very blessed to have a wife that I do that, you know, if anybody's going to handle it, it's going to be the Corrals, and you know, we're just happy to be a part of a wonderful institution, and that's, you know, the University of Memphis, and a bunch of great guys. Baseball, you'll find that it's no different from anywhere in the part of the country. I'm just fortunate enough to be coaching.
Coach, let's talk about Dan Langfield's performance last night. 16 strikeouts. Only Derek Hankins and Chad Harville had more. They both went to play pro baseball. Got off to a little bit of a rough start. It seemed like the big momentum inning was the second when he struck out the side in order and kind of got his confidence back and found what he needed to.
Dan, he did start out a little, how would you say, a little inconsistent in that first inning, just like he did in his first start. But he settled down. And the key with Dan Langfield is, he's got a great deal of ability. And like I mentioned about Frazier and Martin, he's increased his work ethic, so he's done a lot more. So he really has a lot of confidence and trust in his ability, and has a tendency to really do more than what's required. He tries to have that little bit of an out-of-body experience. And when he dials it back and stays within his area of comfort, well, you saw what he did for 6 2/3, and that was almost perfection. He was coming after those guys. He pitched the front and back part of the plate really well. His breaking ball was on to show them enough that, hey, this could be coming. And he's done a lot, and I'm real encouraged with his growth. Now, I wouldn't expect 16 strikeouts, a game out of the young man, but it was encouraging to see him kind of go through that inexperienced stuff of trying to do too much in the first inning, to settle down and show a little maturity for the next 6. And then at the end, you saw where he tried to dial it up again, and he had that walk before we ended up taking him out of the game. Well, it's eliminating the immaturity part, which comes with time and experience, and nobody on the planet can outrun time. So we just got to sit and wait for Daniel to continue to mature. But he's going to be a great one.